It's day 2 of Oregon Ducks fall camp here in Eugene, Oregon. I'm Andrew Greif, the Oregonian, Oregon Live, alongside Tyson Alger, co-beat writer. Today was, again, a shells day for the Ducks, just helmets, shorts, t-shirts for the most part. I started off the morning with a walkthrough about 9 a.m., got a full practice in starting at 1 o'clock to about 3. And here are some nuggets that we kind of found out today, some quick hits for you. First off was, I think, Charles Nelson. A little interesting detail about how he's using his practice time.
Yeah, so, of course, all you guys know Charles Nelson has gone from receiver to defensive back to yesterday he was listed as a receiver. I was talking with receivers coach John Neal today. He said Matt Lubick today. We did talk to John Neal later on.
Yes.
Matt Lubick basically said Nelson is practicing 100% of his reps with the wide receivers. He said he is expected to play a much more integral part of the offense than he was last year. As you all know, Nelson kind of came along late in terms of snap count towards the end of the season. He had that really nice game against Oregon State.
Very nice.
He was always a big threat on special teams, but basically Lubick was saying this kid's too talented to not increase that load on offense. And he said he's kind of a very similar player on offense, minus a little bit of size as like a Byron Marshall type sort of thing. But it's definitely kind of looking like that offense is going to be Charles Nelson's primary position this season.
Interesting. And John Neal made it sound like it's not 100%, and Matt Lubick too, it's not 100% done that Charles is not going to come back to defense, but it seems like maybe the tables have turned a little bit in terms of where he'll be positioned. Last thing for me is just that tight ends coach Tom Osborne, we spoke with him about the depth at tight end this year and Pharaoh Brown. He said that he loves having Pharaoh Brown back. It's just nice to see him from a very personal standpoint after that gruesome injury last year. But he was a first-team All-Pac-12 guy last year. But even if he can't go this year, which I wouldn't peg to be a high probability, he still really likes the guys behind him because for the first time in 4 years, he said, everybody is coming into camp healthy and prepared and knows what they're doing. Evan Bayless and Johnny Munt still at the top of that list, but Jake McCreath has provided a lot of depth, as has Koa Kai as well.
One other quick little tidbit, Lubick did say Devin Allen is not quite 100%, but he is running vertically just about at a full blow there. And also, I know that you had yesterday we had kind of written a little bit about Ty Griffin, another guy who his position was up in the air a little bit. They said he's practicing 100% at quarterback right now.
Right, and that was interesting because Ty said he was going to be dabbling at wide receiver as camp went on. Everything's up for debate and up in the air still. Only 2 days in, a lot of time to go before September 5th in Eastern Washington.